Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Tanner, and welcome to Crypto Bible. I hope you're all doing very well. Happy Friday to you all. I wanted to do a quick video, a little bit of a different one today, because today I actually want to be focusing on the laggers in the market and have a look and see how far away are they from actually making a big move and actually breaking out to make the next leg up, like the rest of the market is basically doing. Of course, we've seen some extraordinary things already happen in the market. We've seen some important charts turn certain resistant levels into support. We've seen some very important charts break very important retracement and resistant levels. So things are looking very, very good. And as I'm talking right now, as I'm making this video, Bitcoin does seem to be grinding back up as well to an important level, which we'll take a look at towards the end of the video. We'll see where it is towards the end. But yeah, basically what I've done this morning, I was kind of just going through all of my coins, which a few of them are actually big laggers in the market, as some of you may be aware. And I decided to just kind of go quite, you know me, when I say I look deep into these charts, right? I'll look deep into it, but then I'll try and like explain it in the easiest terms possible. And this is exactly what I've done here. Everything I'm about to show you in regards to these laggers are just going to be ridiculously easy to understand. And you can see that very important things are actually happening right before us. And people are not really catching up on it. Instead, a lot of people understandably are quite frustrated that they're not moving. But all I'm letting you guys know is that they are looking really good and they seem to be on the brink of a big breakout. We're obviously going to start off with Solana because this is absolutely ridiculous. As you guys can see, we are heading towards that 3.618 Fibonacci extension. It makes sense to me with all of these Fibonacci extensions, because if we actually zoom in, that's where it's actually found the majority of its resistance on the way up. As you guys can see, when we got to our first extension, it found resistance before we took a break and then went up, wicked just above the next one, went back down. Now we're going back up. So to me, these Fibonacci extensions are looking pretty perfect. And, it wouldn't surprise me if Solana's run did end around this area here. Of course, we could see wicks. This does end at $187, as you guys can see right here. Don't be surprised if it does wick just above it and we head maybe towards a 200. But ultimately, that is the area that I'm looking out for Solana to, maybe just kind of finish things off in regards to its run. But it's a good thing, because yesterday's stream, I was saying that what typically happens in alt season is that you want these leaders to do their complete blow off tops, because then once they're done, all that money will get rotated elsewhere into the market. And the quicker these leaders get their job over and done with, their alt season's over and done with, the quicker the rest of the market can go on with their way, with their alt season, and we can see the whole market start exploding, right? And something very special did happen to Solana, and well done to Solana. It has flipped this coin. It has flipped Dogecoin in market cap. It is now sitting in 7th. Hopefully Luna can do something very similar on its next run, and we're going to take a look at Luna as well right now, because as you guys can see, very simple stuff. Luna's getting tighter and tighter in there, and we seem to be getting onto the brink of a big breakout. And of course, we saw very similar setups to Cardano and Solana in this case. And basically what Cardano has done is that it's broken out. It's already back tested the breakout, and now it's going on its way. In regards to Solana, it's just broken out completely, gone on to new highs, whereas Luna is chilling in this area right here. So hopefully Luna could be out of there very, very soon as well. As you can see, we had some perfect bounces going on. Even last night, we hit our top trend and our bottom trend line as well. And, it just seems to be getting tighter and tighter in here. So I'm waiting for some volume to come in, smash our way out of here, and hopefully be above $40. You never know, maybe by the end of the week. So they're looking really good. But of course, what are we here for? We're here for the laggers, right? One of the main laggers that people keep going on about is MIR. Obviously, it's not financial advice or anything like that. MIR is one of my biggest bags personally. I love it. It's one of the only things I've really been focusing on accumulating recently. MIR is part of Luna's ecosystem as well. It was one of my crypto pick of the weeks very long time ago. And it looks like it is nearly done with playing around down the bottom, and hopefully it can get its way out of there. So take a look at this. This is what I've done. Tried to make it very easy for you guys, right? So let me explain this. First, I'll start off with this, right? We've obviously just broken out of our trend, and we have back tested it as well perfectly. So this is very bullish. Usually when this happens, what you would see is that you would see this breakout like it's done, you'd see a back test, and then off it would go after a little bit of consolidation. So cool, that's done, that's complete, check mark, rubbish check mark, but there you go, that's all done. So what is the rest of this chart actually showing us? We can get rid of these things. I put this red box here, right? Very important to understand what's going on here. So this red box represents important levels, right? Because it was previously support and resistance. Right now, previously, literally a few days ago, it bounced on this level as support, okay, which is very bullish. It was previously resistance, as you can see here, but it has switched, that is, flipped that level, turned it into support, which is also very bullish, okay? And now we've also just broken out of this trend and we are consolidating. Don't be surprised if we see a big breakout. And why am I so bullish on MIR? What happened the last time we turned this level into support? Well, there you go. That happened, okay? We see moves like this come out of MIR. It went from $3.50 all the way up to $7, $8, right? Within a matter of a few hours. So, you know, it's very good to see that MIR is at this level. It turned this level into support, which was previous resistance. And the last time we turned these levels into support, we went on a huge run. And the fact that the rest of the market is extremely bullish, I could see MIR catching up to the rest of the market very quickly. So if I take everything off right here right now, and I go to the daily chart, and then we place a Fibonacci retracement over this entire move, we can see how much it is actually lagging, right? It's still under the 236. However, the total altcoin market cap and the total market cap is actually sitting in this area right here. This basically represents where the majority or all of the market should be, okay? Regardless of leaders and laggers, this is the average of where the total market should really be. We've got a few of them chilling here. We've got some mid-pack and we've got some laggers such as MIR. What you'll end up seeing is that these laggers will have huge moves to catch up to the rest of the market. And if MIR does end up doing that, which I fully expect it to do, MIR is currently at $4. The total market cap is sitting right here, which would indicate that MIR should make a move up to $10 to $11 relatively quickly. Okay, so automatically you're 3 times your money, you know, pretty quickly just from MIR. Hence why it's so important to be taking a look at these laggers rather than chasing leaders such as Solana. Because even if MIR was to do something like Solana, which I'm again very much expecting it to do so, where is Solana right at this point, right? It's above the 2.618, halfway through, right? So let's go to MIR and let's have a look and see where that put us. That would put us right there. In regards to MIR's price, that would put us at $35. Yeah, you're basically 10 times in your money just to get to where Solana is. Hence why I've been accumulating something like MIR, major lagger in the market, okay? Now, before I move on to FET, I want to show you something like BAND, for example, because it is also doing something very similar to MIR in regards to flipping support resistance levels as support. As you can see, we've been stuck below this area for a while now. We can call it a range, right? This area, we can call it a range. And BAND has been battling it for the past few days. As you can see, we hit it once and twice, the second time being yesterday. Okay, at this point, it has rejected it twice. However, once again, with the whole point of the market doing what it's doing, I fully expect it to flip this level. And again, if we zoom out and have a look and see where this level was, it was resistance here as well, but it was support right there. So automatically, you've just identified a very important level and you understand why it is being stopped at these levels, right? Support, resistance, resistance. But what happened the last time we flipped this level of support? It went from $10 all the way up to $20. We're currently at $10. So if we flip this level, you could fully expect it to backtest it and then head its way up and catch up to the rest of the market, which would make absolute sense again. So again, I'll zoom into each of these just so it's very simple for you guys. As you guys can see, previously when we touched this level, it was support, okay? We then went below it, we flipped it into resistance. But then when we did end up breaking this level, it got turned into support, and then we rallied up all the way to $20, okay, before we got below it again, which is where we are right now, battling that level. So the level that BAND is at right now is arguably BAND's most important level of resistance at this moment in time, okay? And flipping that level will pretty much confirm that BAND will be on its way as well. And don't get it twisted, guys, BAND is a lagger as well in the market. Once again, if we zoom out and place a Fibonacci retracement over it, very similar to MIR, except it's just a little bit higher. It's previously turned 0.236 into support, another very bullish sign, just to get to where the total market cap is right now. You'd have to be at this level right here, which would put you at $21. Just to get to where Solana is right now, you would have to get all the way up here, which would put you at a level of band being $65. Okay, so about 6x from here, 6.5 times your money from there. So as you can see, it is very important to be taking a look at charts like this, right? So once again, band at a very crucial level, which is a level that we need to flip, because once we do, historically, every time band has flipped this level, it has rallied. Okay, very important level. Now we take a 1 inch because it's also another one that is doing something very similar. 1 inch just recently previously back tested this range, which was resistance as support. Basically, guys, without going into too much more detail, what you're seeing here is all of the laggers that we're speaking about. Yes, they're lagging, which is absolutely fine. But if you actually zoom into them and have a look, all of these laggers are simply flipping resistant levels into support in a bull market on the brink of an alt season. What does that tell you? It tells you they are very close to getting ready to go. And plus, with Solana reaching the end of what I believe could be the end of its bull run, getting there anyway, right? It makes sense that these laggers are now getting ready for Solana to finish its move and for Solana to let go of all of its money and rotate it into the laggers. It's all lining up pretty perfectly, as you guys can see. So if I get back into 1 inches again, we've held this level very well, resistance, now support. And once again, we have flipped this line, which was resistance, and we've back tested it as support, as you can see right there. Very similar to what MIR is doing. And obviously what we're seeing from MIR right now, it's done this move. MIR is kind of consolidating right here. So do not be surprised if you see something like that before we do end up breaking out. Okay, now just want to move over to FET, because FET is not necessarily a lagger. However, it is definitely on the brink of a big move out. It is also another coin I hold, one of my biggest holdings. And although FET is still nowhere near kind of breaking out from the levels that we were previously before, it's on the brink, as you guys can see right there. If we place a fib over it, as you guys can see, it has actually just been consolidating under the 0.786. The 0.786 is the last retracement. So if I put this to the 4 hour, see, it's just under the 0.786, final retracement. Off we go once we break that level. And as you guys can also see, we are literally creating a perfect little wedge right here, which is nearly done. I'll probably expect that to be done by today. It's getting tighter and tighter in there, just like we saw with Luna, getting tighter and tighter in here. FET is doing the exact same thing. We could expect a big breakout from FET to come as well. So yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, there's a lot of laggers in the market. I'm basically showing you the ones that I've spoken about quite a lot, and the one that my Discord group as well know quite a lot, because we speak about MIR band 1 inch quite often. It's very simple. If you just go onto the chart and have a look and see where they are at the moment, see if it was an area of interest before, and then place a fib over it, and then you will actually realize where it really is. Okay, and looking at something like MIR band 1 inch FET, they're on the brink. They are literally on the brink of huge breakouts. Alt season, in my opinion, not financial advice, is basically here. And very, very soon, we're going to see huge breakouts coming along. Now we're just going to end it off by looking at the total market cap of crypto, because it did do something very important yesterday. As you guys can see, this blue line right here was our final retracement, which we broke. Last night, we back tested it as support, and off we go. It seems to be grinding its way back higher now, which is also another bullish sign. Once again, another resistance support flip. Off we go. And lastly, where is Bitcoin right now? Just under that 0.702 based off this high right here. Hopefully today could be the day where we break it. We are still waiting for it. If I go over to the 4 hour chart, as you guys can see, it's something that we have touched twice very recently. We have not been able to break it, but we are getting there for sure. Yesterday we hit it twice, and then we touched over there again just over a week ago. Big day at the moment for Bitcoin, starting the day very green, currently at 49,950. The 702 is at $50,400. That is a level that we are looking to break. And then, of course, once we do break that, I'm expecting a big move up, hopefully to the next retracement levels, where we take a look at the full retracement, which would then come at the real 702, which is at around $54,000. So still some work to do in the market, especially for Bitcoin, especially for these laggers, but we're getting there, guys. Bit more patience, and I'm I'm sure we will see some big breakouts coming soon. But as you guys can see, hopefully I've been able to explain it pretty well. These laggers are all on the brink. They are all looking very bullish. Nothing is looking bearish to me. So I will remain very bullish, and I will remain very excited for what the future holds, especially what the end of this week will hold and the beginning of next week as well. That's pretty much going to cover it. If you have enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure your bell icon is turned on so you don't miss any uploads. Make sure you join the Discord. It's going to get fun in there. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Take it easy, people.